Hey, welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, we are building a TMNT collection. And if you're a returning viewer, hope you're doing well. This is our weekly update. Just have a little look and see what we're adding to the collection. And strange one this week. I've picked up 4 items here from 3 different lines. So yeah, bit of a mixed bag. It'll be interesting to sort of have a look at all of these, and that may help us decide whether we're going to continue to collect for these lines or whether we're just going to have these as sort of little curiosities in part of the collection. So anyway, enough rambling from me. Let's get these bits and pieces opened and go on with the video. Right, let's get started. The first item we're going to open up is one that I picked up when I was over at the Norwich Vintage Toy Fair. They had some figures from the Turtles of Grayskull line. So anyway, the one we chose was Stealth Ninja Leonardo. That's quite cool. I like the artwork at the top on the packaging and that. See this one, this was a 20 quid figure. I mean, you can get them here and there for a little less. There's sort of certainly 2 or 3 figures I'm particularly keen to get. So whether I'll perhaps just get 4 of the turtles and maybe a couple of other supporting figures and call it a day at that, I'm not sure. But that is the first one we're opening this week. Let's move on. So the second set we're adding into the collection this week is another crossover. It's from the TMNT versus the Street Fighter. This is from the 35th anniversary set. Now, I've seen these knocking about for a while. I do actually have this Leonardo figure loose from just a random bundle that I happened to pick up. So I knew they existed. From what I can gather, they never finished this set. They only actually made 2 of the 4 possible sets. So you can only get, I think, Leonardo with Ryu and maybe Michelangelo with Chun-Li. I'm pretty sure it's Chun-Li. So yeah, so bit of a shame, but I literally just picked this up because it was a really, really cheap price for quite a large 2-pack of figures. I had opened it already because when it came, it had no other packaging, just been wrapped with, you know, brown paper or whatever. Yeah, and unfortunately it's hard to see this because of the way this is packaged up. This has got a bit squashed on the end. I mean, the figures are absolutely fine, but if you were looking to have this as in mint condition, it certainly isn't that. So but I mean, aside from that, I have to say, a really, really cool set. These are obviously based on the larger Playmates figures that we've had before. So yeah, I think the main sort of figure is based on that. They've changed the head sculpt and made it look a lot meaner. Almost too mean, maybe, I'm not sure. There's quite a lot of extra black paint and things on them. I think they're interesting. I'm glad I didn't pay lots of money for it. I think even if it was in perfect condition, I don't think these are amazing turtle figures. I actually think the Street Fighter side of the equation probably are slightly better finished than the turtle ones. But even so, really interesting set. As I say, for what I paid for it, very reasonable and certainly worth getting them to have a little look and see. I do like the fact you've got the Street Fighter sort of background. There you go, yeah, look, so you can see you can also get Mikey with Chun-Li. So you have got those 2 sets, but I'm pretty sure there are no Raph or Donatello versions that were ever released. So this is pretty cool as well. You can see that on the side you've got the sort of the pixelated turtle graphics. Weirdly, they haven't done the same thing with Street Fighter, but so there you go. Bit of a strange one. I say something we haven't had before in the collection, But these sort of crossovers, they are interesting, and I do like Street Fighter. I remember playing Street Fighter 2 quite a lot as a kid. I can't say I've played too many of them since then, but yeah, I've played that an awful lot when I was younger. So, and these sort of very much some of the classic characters, aren't they? I'm not quite as up to speed with the newer ones. So there we go. So having picked up the Turtles of Grayskull figure at the toy fair a few weeks back, I saw this figure on Amazon for what I felt was a really reasonable price. And this was another one of the figures that I'd quite like to get from the Turtles of Grayskull line. So, have a look. And it is Casey Jones. So this is another character from the turtle half of the crossover. Regular viewers of the channel will know that Casey Jones is one of my favourite TMNT characters. So I had to pick this up. And again, really reasonable price-wise, I thought. This certainly looks a lot more like the sort of He-Man sort of shape that you would expect. Again, comes with a little comic and some really cool artwork on the back of the packaging. This is an earlier figure, I think. This has got these are the figures that you can get from this wave. I would be tempted to get, say, maybe Michelangelo. That's now 2 Turtles of Grayskull figures we've got in the collection. I'm not sure how far I'm going to go down this rabbit hole, but I do like both of these figures. I can certainly see me picking up a couple of more turtle ones, just so I've got the all 4 brothers. Yeah, pretty cool. And last, by no means least, we've got this little beauty. Now, this is from a toy maker that I've never bought figures from. I see them pop up from time to time. I'm aware of them, but they're usually a lot more money, and I really want to see what the quality's like, see whether they're figures that I can see go into the collection. So this one came out for sale on eBay, low starting price, so I thought I'd give it a watch and see. Lo and behold, we got it for a really decent price. So let's have a little look. So it is one of the Super 7 figures, the Ultimates. This one is Ray Fillet. The price I got it for made me sort of happy to take a chance on it. Should be all brand new. With these Super 7s, they seem to come in layers of boxes from what I can see. Let's have a look. So, to begin with, you've got this branded cardboard box. Then you've got the more colourful TMNT box. Again, this is specific to the character. You've got the Ray Fillet decal there. Bag. Okay, and then this should slip off. There we go. Okay, let's have a look. First thoughts are it is very detailed. I kind of liken this to the NECA sort of figures. There's loads of extras. Yeah, alternative head. Other little characters in here as well, which will open up. Really nice packaging. The information about him on the back as well. Yeah, it's certainly a sort of premium finish. So, where's the... Okay. So again, yeah, you've got more cardboard on the back end. Yeah, there you go. So that's him outside of his packaging. Let's get him out, shall we? Right, so now the main cardboard's off, this comes underneath here. Okay, so here we have our Ray Fillet character. Quite a lot of articulation. Got the knees, the hips, the feet as well. Wrists. Hands seem to be fixed, but there are other hands in the box. Yeah, pretty cool. So I think as far as the Super 7 figures are concerned, yeah, I certainly would say they seem to be of a similar sort of quality to the NECA ones. Ever so slightly taller, going by the figures I've got. I haven't got any of the turtles of this, but I would anticipate that they would be slightly bigger than slightly taller than the NECA versions. Yeah, pretty chuffed for that. So there we have it. Bit of a mishmash this week, really. 3 crossover figures, 2 from the Turtles of Grayskull, and 1 from the versus Street Fighter 2-packs. And then we've got the first Super 7 figure that we're adding into our collection. Like I said at the beginning, you know, aside from the Leonardo figure, which I picked up at the toy fair, all 3 of the other figures were bought mainly because they were pretty cheap. And so it's a good way to get them into the collection, have a look, see what the quality's like, and go from there. Thanks ever so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, then please consider giving it a like. And if you want to follow us on this TMNT collecting journey, then consider subscribing to the channel. We'll be back here again another week for the next update. Cheers!